Good evening. My name is David, and tonight
Oh,
we
no.
are going
Yeah,
to
no
be
way.
doing a general aviation flight, and we'll be heading out to KSUX Gateway Airport. We have a group of guys that are going to fly together in this general aviation tonight, as you can hear in Discord. So I'm just waiting for them to
The hurricane force wind sound coming from.
set up and
It's me. It's my XP realistic doing that.
get them to get all situated with everything that they have to do for tonight.
My goodness.
So,
Why is my stupid thing on fire? I reset my flight.
Okay, I'm gonna call 133.4 to just get my clearance.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to Cessna.
alright, we're at 48. We're doing good on that.
I don't know, for some reason it's catching fire every time I start the engine. I'm gonna have to figure out how to fly that thing. Man.
Let me just do our
Battery on. Full rich. Throttle in quarter-inch. Engines to boat. Let's see, it's takeoff trim set. Let's beacons on. Let's turn it on.
getting everything
for
set in
some
our
reason
flight plan
my
and
stupid
ensuring
Cessna is always flooded by fuel.
AJ's on tonight. So
No, like even
we'll
before
be going
I do
northwest.
the
So we're going to be using a altitude even.
Alright, what's the altimeter?
Actually, I just want to do
2996.
take all my stuff out.
2996.
I just completely made that up on the spot. I have no clue.
The altimeter is 2978, winds at 120 at 9.
I'm not even flying.
Man, this guy.
Yeah, good trick for that part. To just set it to field elevation, and you would see 2996 and be like, "Wait a second, this guy's trolling."
We got it set here. I believe they're leaving.
Work and I don't want to do more work.
There's no ATIS out of here, but I'm using.
What the things are, like, you know, so I'm just asking.
Trusted Spencer out here.
Just lower that just a little bit.
Okay.
Headed at 10:35 Minneapolis runway 148, taxi via Alpha Wood.
And there's AJ.
Alright, checklist. Seatbelt fastened. Brakes tested set. Base selector is on boat. The funny part about the Piper Archer is, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys might know it, that you have to change the switch from left to right every 15 minutes.
Yep. Are you guys ready, or you still have to do your flight plans?
I still have to do my flight plan.
Alrighty.
If you're flying direct, I could do it right away. You're flying direct, right?
That is correct.
Right. Flight plan.
Guys, one more question. Are we gonna do this with flights following and actually filing flight plans, or?
I did VFR flight following, and I did a VFR flight altitude going northwest. So, if anything, AJ will say something totally different if he thinks it's going to make up. But I did one because I always like to let the tower or ATC know what we're doing. Yeah, that is correct. Exactly what Jeff said.
And what are the altitudes the Cessnas are flying at today?
I'm doing 3,000 right now, but you could do much
All right, so we're just waiting for the group to get in here and finish up their flight plan. I am in a Bonanza, November 7 Delta Romeo. It's been a while since I had a stream.
Technically, the ground
Um,
atmosphere is pretty high, so you could probably do any altitude below
but
4,000 or so. So the 3,000 AGL rules applying here.
looking forward to flying. There's one, two, three, four, five, I believe 5 or 6 of us here. One gentleman in a helicopter.
3,500.
Technically, that works because even though it's westbound, you're still within 3,000 feet of the ground. So cool.
Yep.
Center, helicopter number 25 Echo, radio check.
Bad. Feels
I caught medevac. I didn't get the rest of the numbers for Minneapolis Center. It was loud and clear though.
circuit breakers. What the heck is that?
All right,
Oh, come on.
let's go in and get our
Come on.
information.
Josh should be the one who said, "Come on," because he thought.
Center, helicopter November 25 Echo, radio check.
You don't need to worry about
And
that.
Once
let me
again,
make
it's being
sure.
spoken too fast. I'm catching a medevac November, and that's it for Minneapolis Center. However, it is loud and clear. It's just spoken too fast.
All right, METARs, they're right here.
Okay.
120 at 9, 10
helicopter.
miles.
November
View at
25
28.
Echo.
Scattered at
Radio
55.
check.
November
Overcast
25
at
Echo, loud and clear.
20,000. 27, 21, 2.29 or 78.
Sir, we
29
would
or
like
78
to
times
get
1.
a,
298,
VFR
7.
departure to the,
8 times 2.
with
Just
flight
make sure
following.
I have everything.
Helicopter November 25 Echo.
It's on. No
November
Peters.
25
on
Echo,
there.
roger. Squawk
And
4233. And do you plan to depart from the ramp today, or do you prefer runway departure?
we're good. Hold on there.
4233 and
Let me
yes
just
sir,
set-
we're going to be departing from Ukraine. We are on the Alliance Aviation ramp.
And unless he gives me something totally
Number 25
different.
Echo, squawk read back correct. Advise ready for departure.
Copy that, we'll advise for departure. November 25 Echo.
Get everything situated.
Minneapolis Center, Baron 410, Hotel Alpha VFR request.
Instruments set.
Yeah, 7,600. 7,500 hijack, which is what automatically kicks you from the network.
3 calling at once there, I'm sorry. Different parts of the sector. I heard someone at Des Moines, it was 410 something. I missed the rest, I'm sorry.
Let's put in a flight plan.
Center,
You as a controller if you want to get
Baron
to the pilot.
410, Hotel Alpha on the ground at Des Moines, ready to taxi for VFR departure to the north.
I had one controller literally just
November 410, Hotel Alpha, Minneapolis, roger, runway 13, taxi via Delta, squawk 4505.
The worst I've ever saw was someone that called themselves.
Runway 13 via Delta.
Sounds like AJ's getting busy there.
Hotel Alpha.
I think I heard about that, but I wasn't part of it.
Got it, 1035, I heard you calling, are you ready to go?
I walloped and supervisor booted him.
Got it, 1035, runway 14 right, cleared for takeoff, wind 170 at 15, gust 27, turn left heading 090.
Okay.
I've seen United.
Step it out.
Delta 4211 Heavy, I believe you were calling at Minneapolis, are you ready for push?
I've seen United 767 try to land at a grass strip before.
Delta 4211 Heavy, runway 12 right, taxi via Alpha, across runway 4 at taxiway Alpha.
We landed long, as you can imagine.
Thanks for the information, Lima's current at Minneapolis, altimeter 2979er.
They said they had a dual engine failure, so they didn't have much choice.
And good evening, Minneapolis Center, Bonanza, November 7 Delta Romeo.
Someone tell me how to go back to the nav.
We have VFR request.
November 7 Delta Romeo, Minneapolis Center, go ahead.
I request to a northwest departure to Kilo Sierra Uniform X-ray flight plan to whenever you're ready, sir.
Plan and press flight
Number
plan.
7 Delta Romeo, verify aircraft set.
A Bonanza F33.
Number 7 Delta Romeo, roger, squawk 4204, and are you ready to taxi?
Ready to taxi.
Number 7 Delta Romeo, verify the assigned beacon code 4204 when able, runway 13, taxi via Delta.
4204 and taxi via Delta for November 7 Delta Romeo.
Delta Romeo, thank you, read back correct, break United 1035, Minneapolis, radar contact,
Okay.
climb and maintain a 15,000, 15,000.
It's I know on VATSIM you don't have to do a flight plan, but for just so the ATC don't have to punch in all your information. I did do one. I don't know why. Right here it says it. Flight plan submitted, but as you can hear,
Pressing random.
he asked for the information, so I guess it didn't go through.
Number 410 Alpha, you were partially blocked on there. You're looking for
So.
Delta 5 intersection departure.
Alright, is this
A firm for 0 Hotel Alpha. Number 0 Hotel Alpha, roger. Runway, hold short of runway 13 at Delta 5.
I'm starting to taxi, guys.
Hold short 13 at Delta 5, Where was 0 Hotel Alpha.
which
Number
side of
1800 Delta, Minneapolis Center. Heard you calling, say request again, I'm sorry.
He said Delta.
Yeah, that one.
Going the wrong
Number
way.
1800 Delta, clearance on request.
Yeah, he doesn't have to go to the runway. He's just gonna be like, boom, let's go.
Minneapolis Center, November 27 Papa radio check.
Oh, what am I doing? He did tell me Delta. That's what happens when you haven't been flying for a while, and then you have someone.
Sorry, calling for the radio check is loud and clear, and I missed the numbers again.
Copy.
Minneapolis Center, Baron 410 Hotel Alpha, holding short runway 13 at
How
Delta
do you
5, ready
say
to go.
the airport's name? KSUX?
November 410 Hotel Alpha, runway 13, cleared for takeoff. Right turn on course approved. Wind at 120 at Niner.
Sue, like Mary Sue.
Bravo to Delta. Okay.
Alright, guys, I'm gonna head off.
Minneapolis Center, Baron 410 Hotel Alpha. Can you verify I can make a left turn on course, or do you want me to go all the way around?
For sure.
We're doing it.
You gotta show me those skills.
Are you guys coming up?
With the yoke.
Shut up, Corey.
Okay, I'm sorry. 3 calling at once, different parts of the airspace. 410 Hotel Alpha, missed most of your readback. Verify runway 13 at Delta 5, cleared for takeoff. Right turn on course approved. Minneapolis Center, Baron 410 Hotel Alpha. Can I get a left turn? Because I'm heading north. 0 Hotel Alpha. Where's 0 Hotel Alpha? Okay, left turn on course approved. Left turn approved. Runway 13, cleared for takeoff. 0 Hotel Alpha. United 1035, climb and maintain flight level
Are you guys ready to go?
350, and turn left direct east Fort Dodge on course for no. Direct Fort Dodge up to 350, United 1035.
Minneapolis Center, November 27 Papa.
Southwest 1975, runway 148, taxi via Alpha Whiskey.
Center, helicopter November 25 Echo. We are ready to depart from the ramp.
There's Jeff already leaving.
Minneapolis Center, good evening, sir. United 065, checking in at flight level 49 and 2. November 25 Echo, say direction of flight, initial direction of flight.
Say again for November 25 Echo.
November 25 Echo, say initial direction of flight.
Are you going to go northeast, northwest? You're going to be going northwest.
We're going to be heading to northwest, November 25 Echo.
November 25 Echo, roger. Departure from the Elliott ramp, your discretion, your own risk, I should say. The wind is 120 at Niner. Departure to the northwest approved, and report to airborne.
Copy that departing from the route, we will be at our own risk and will report when airborne, November 25 Echo.
Center, November 27 Papa.
November 27 Papa, Minneapolis Center, go ahead.
Good evening. We are requesting VFR flight following towards northwest.
Everyone's getting ready.
27 Papa.
Number 27 Papa, verify aircraft type.
We are a Cessna 172.
Number 27 Papa, roger. Squawk 4554, and also verify requested altitude.
4554 and 3,500, November 27 Papa.
November 27 Papa, readback correct. Advise ready to taxi.
Yeah, I'm going to ask for intersection
Center,
departure.
helicopter November 25 Echo, we're airborne.
See if he let us.
Check. Magnetic compasses, moment free. Flight instruments, check.
November
Mr.
25
Sim
Echo,
Caesar, how are you, sir?
About a mile north of the Des Moines Airport, altitude indicates 1,300.
We are at Des Moines Airport. We are flying a
We'll maintain VFI, we'll proceed on course November 25
GA Tuesday to Sioux City.
Okay, what's the active?
Kilo Sierra Uniform X-Ray. So let me see if I can get it intersection departure. He sounds really busy, even though I asked for the whole thing.
United 60, correction, United 065 Minneapolis Center, roger. Break, November 410 Hotel Alpha, radar contact 2 miles north of Des Moines Airport. Altitude indicates 3,000, maintain VFR. Maintain VFR for 0 Hotel Alpha.
And I asked Center Bonanza November 7 Delta Romeo with a request.
Fire clearance to
Damn
Martin
it.
Airport.
He's getting busy. He's getting stepped on.
Center November 27 Papa ready for taxi.
You don't want them to be upset. But let's see what happens here.
Delta 1282 Minneapolis, push approved on the taxiway Bravo. I believe I heard you calling for push before, I'm sorry.
I think what's going on is we can't hear the other aircrafts. So when they're talking, we're covering them.
November 410 Hotel Alpha, correction disregard.
Center Bonanza 7 Delta Romeo with a request for intersection departure out of Delta 5.
Southwest 1975, runway 14 right, cleared for takeoff. Fly runway heading, wind 150 at 16.
Dude, that's what's going on. AJ's getting
Challenge cargo 124 heavy, runway 12
We're not
right,
hearing the other.
Delta Tango Mike Whiskey, cross runway 4 at taxiway Tango.
We just have to wait and see.
Center November 27 Papa ready for taxi.
Shouldn't be no problem with the intersection, but AJ's really busy and
Giving me taxi.
yeah, I'm waiting for him to come back. He sounds like he's very busy off the
I'm sorry guys, there are like too many of you calling at once here. I need a couple minutes between any instructions I give. I need a couple of seconds at least on the read back so that I can get that because you continuously are blocking each other. I'm sorry, I'm working a large sector of airspace. You guys are all in different parts. I'm trying to see if we can get somebody to help split off here. Break Delta 4211 heavy, runway 12 right, cleared for takeoff. Fly runway heading, wind 150 at 12.
That's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought.
They would wait for me.
Remember T5 Echo leaving the Charlie airspace. Radar service terminated. Squawk and maintain VFR. Frequency change approved. Have a safe flight.
Bravo right now.
Since he's so busy, I'm not going to request.
Wasn't that for the helicopter November 25?
I'm not going to arrest
T5 Echo
intersection.
radar service terminated. Squawk and
I'm not going to
maintain
request
VFR.
intersection
Leaving the Charlie
departure.
airspace.
I'm just going to go all the way down
Frequency
to the end of 13 here and just take off. Give him time to finish what he has to do.
Oh, is that okay to do?
Yes, because I was going to ask for intersection departure, so I didn't have to, taxi all the way down. But he's so busy, I'm just going to taxi and hold. And are you behind me?
1975 Minneapolis radar contact. Climb to maintain 15,000, 15,000.
Bravo, I'm requesting taxi for like 5-10 minutes now.
Someone else calling on the ground at Des Moines. Go ahead.
That was 640 Mike Whiskey, IFR to Martin.
November 604 Michael Whiskey, I believe it was. No flight plan on file.
Okay. X-Plane 11 here. The only thing I have is
Center November 27 Papa Des Moines ready for taxi.
It's 640 Mike Whiskey. I'm not sure if you were looking under 604, but 640 Mike Whiskey. We refiled for you.
Number 640 Mike Whiskey, Minneapolis, number 200, clock standby. Delta 4211 heavy, Minneapolis,
God,
radar
he is
contact.
so
Climb to
busy.
maintain 17,000, 17,000.
He's not giving me taxi clearance.
So how you been doing, Sim Caesar? How you been doing for today?
Literally, there's no one here.
And everyone else that's on. Sorry for the delay here, but AJ is very busy. Not too bad.
I guess.
Affirmative.
Hopefully he
Somebody was checking in through 8,000. I'm sorry, who was that? Yeah, FedEx 49. Go back to your last frequency to get the new one. Someone gave you the wrong frequency.
Center November 27 Papa.
he's
Southwest 1975. Clear direct to Lomoni. Climb and maintain flight level 310.
David, do you hear me on the phone?
Direct Lomar.
Yeah, I hear you, but he is so busy on the other frequency.
Center, good evening. Dragon 1167.
I mean, I can't even get out because he told us to hold on.
I'm wasting my fuel here.
It's all right. It looks like another center just popped up, but he hasn't set for us to switch or anything. Cause I guess he has a big area. Because it's not just only you. I just heard someone else just come on and he didn't answer. So we just have to give him some time.
Center, Baron 410 Hotel Alpha, request frequency change.
He's not even answering.
Don't need flaps. I'll do my before takeoff checklist right now. Flight control.
Control, Legacy Dragon 1 heading in.
Free and correct.
Dragon 1 in Minneapolis Center. Good evening. Altitude indicates 16,000. Verify altitude. 1 Omaha. Altimeter 2970.
16,000.
Let me see if I did this right.
Autopilot. I'm not using it, so throttle. Let's do throttle 1800 RPM. There we go.
Center Bonanza 7 Delta Romeo holding short 13.
Sorry, I'm unfamiliar with the call sign. A Whiskey Sierra Whiskey 107
Damn.
Minneapolis Center. Roger.
Needles. Needles.
He's very busy.
Drop. Upstairs. Back to boat. Throttle. Idle check.
Minneapolis Center, Baron 410 Hotel Alpha, request.
Yeah, it is.
Flight following.
He is.
November 410 Hotel Alpha. I'm sorry, I'm busy coordinating right now on the line, so I missed most of what you had to say there. However, contact Minneapolis Center on 134.0.
I said there was going to be another one.
1340.
I told you.
Hotel Alpha.
So it popped up.
Minneapolis Center November 27 Papa Des Moines.
I think he's going to switch us over to 134.0 because he said he was on the line. So let's just give him a second because he's sounding like he's getting a little bit upset.
Dragon 1, contact Minneapolis Center 134.0. Good night.
Yep, there he is. He's switching everyone over 134.
Any aircraft on the ground at Des Moines that I have not talked to yet, contact Minneapolis Center on 134.0 with your request, whether it's IFR or VFR. And anyone else that's ready to taxi down there as well, contact Minneapolis on 134.0 with your request to taxi.
There you go, 134.0.
Delta 4211 Heavy, correction, Delta 4211 Heavy, turn right direct to RX.
All right, well, we might be able to leave here.
Departure at RX and climb and maintain flight level 380.
380, continuous to the 9 departure, direct RX.
November 1800 Delta, sorry for the delay. Clearance available, advise ready to copy.
Oh, my Lord.
November 1800 Delta is cleared to Sioux City Airport.
And I can't even hear the other airplane too because
40010 minutes after departure.
I don't understand. I thought we would be able to hear the other air unless they're on another frequency, I believe. And I'm very happy with myself, guys.
1800 Delta, is that correct? And where are you?
I did my own Nightbot, and it actually worked. I'm very happy. I know that doesn't mean a lot for everyone else, but I'm very happy that I actually
November 1800 Delta, your choice, runway 18 or 10.
looked at videos to try to figure this out.
Runway 10, taxi to Delta, cross runway
Oh
28,
my God,
taxi.
I can't believe that worked. I'm very happy.
November 509, if you're on the ground at Omaha, try Minneapolis Center 134.0 with your request.
Minneapolis Center, FedEx 400, checking in with you. Flight level.
And it worked for Sim Caesar too. The Nightbot came out. I did it correctly again. I'm really happy with that. There is the hype train.
FedEx 49, Minneapolis.
All right, let me see if I can get out of here now.
Shortly.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. My good friend Sim Caesar, if you guys haven't caught him yet on his
Roger, climb and maintain flight level 25.
on his channel, please check him out. His Twitch channel is on the chat room right there. Please give him a follow. And he usually streams on Sundays, and then throughout the week. There's no schedule, but check him out, please. Excellent, good friend of mine.
With my honeycomb is.
And center, I know you're very busy, AJ. When you have a moment, November 7 Delta Romeo is holding short of 1-3, sir.
Yeah, it took me a while to get used
7
to
Delta Romeo, contact Minneapolis Center 134.0. Be working that airspace now.
All right, AJ. Have a good night. See ya.
Yeah, I blocked someone else there with a frequency change.
It'll take you
Now
probably
134. I gotta.
My goodness.
He said not to switch.
your landings won't be as precise because you're over controlling because your hands just aren't used to using that.
And center, good evening, Bonanza, November 7 Delta Romeo. Holding short on for 1-3. Just switched over.
7 Delta Romeo, Minneapolis Center, runway 13, turn right on course, clear for takeoff, wind 120 at 10.20.
Clear for takeoff 1-3. Right turn approved for November 7 Delta Romeo. All right.
0 Mike Whiskey, can you accept an intersection at Delta 4?
Wow, his radio is so far away.
Yeah, we're okay with Delta 4 for 0 Mike Whiskey. 0 Mike Whiskey, change of plans, runway 13 at Delta 4, now taxi via Delta. Roger, Delta 4, so we're going Bravo Delta, Delta 4 for 0 Mike Whiskey. Cherokee 27 Papa.
All right, here we go. We're in a nice, plenty of room. I wanted to do an intersection departure, but... And here we go. Power is set. We're still in the green. Airspeed is alive. There's a gust. Gusting at 2.8. 60. Everything's still in the green. And we continue to climb. And not enough air. And the runway's gone. Bunch of flaps. And we can see that we're getting pushed. And then right on course here where we're going to go. And we continue to climb. All right, let's do for power climb here. We're still in the green. Everything is still good. And we still...
Number 27 Papa, runway 13 from Delta 5, turn right on course, clear for takeoff.
And they did give us on course, so what we're going to do is...
Dragon 1 requesting time and off frequency.
Dragon 1, Minneapolis Center approved.
Copy that.
Number 410 Hotel Alpha, you on the frequency?
Look at the airspeed just a little
7
bit.
Delta Romeo, radar contact, maintain VFR.
Maintaining VFR for 7 Delta Romeo.
Number 0 Mike Whiskey, runway 13 Delta 5, line up and wait. 13 Delta 5, line up and wait, 0 Mike
Actually, I didn't like how that went. I really didn't. But what happened, if you guys noticed this or not, but I did. When I hit nav mode, it directly moves me to the right. And now how you see it's moving back to on course. But I should have used my heading bug and then intercepted it in a 45 to avoid. But I was already high up there. Because they're using 1-3 over here. Any approaching airplanes. Try to just stay a little bit more to the left. But we're continuing to climb here to 6,500.
Number 0 Mike Whiskey, runway 13, fly runway heading, clear for takeoff. Runway heading, clear for takeoff, 0 Mike Whiskey.
Looks like everybody managed to escape Des Moines.
Number contact, maintain VFR.
And we break it down to 600. Keep up, and then we have our power set for climb.
Number 4 Echo Mike, contact Sioux City, approach 124.6.
All right, we had set. Everything's still looking good. We looks like we have some traffic
Dragon 1 back on frequency.
behind us, and traffic on the right.
Downtown 2 accepted. I mean, every time I say your call sign, I die a little inside, so you know. Why would that be?
Did you guys depart yet?
I did my touch and go at Ames. I'm on my way to Waterloo.
It took us a while to get out because of yeah.
D1, you can call me D1. I just work here. I think I just made it worse. Number 0 Mike Whiskey, radar contact, turn left heading 360, come to maintain 10,000. 360 up to 10,000 out of 2.1 now for 0 Mike Whiskey.
Let's see, raise them just a little bit so I can hear them.
Oh, I see Josh on my left side now.
Yep.
Circles around me, mate?
No, not quite. I wish.
Did you notice?
Number 0 Mike Whiskey, call maintain 2000, leaving 6,000 for direct destination. Alright, up to 12,000 and direct destination at 6 for 0 Mike.
Take a little bit to climb.
Yeah, it's up.
I'm using
why
real
is
weather.
My oil pressure light on.
That's not good. What's
Yeah.
your temperature?
I'll put your on here.
What's my temperature?
Yeah, what's your oil temperature?
Still
Oil
good.
temperature, let me
46.
see. It's in. The oil pressure says it's in green, and the temperature
Fuel
is
full.
also in green.
Yeah, it should be fine then. That doesn't make sense.
Okay. See how nicely I'm trimmed for climb.
Yeah, it looks good.
All right.
I actually filed for 3,500.
Yeah, you can fly whatever you want though, as long as it's legal.
Oh yeah, right. There's no
Number 0
clouds
Mike
anyway.
Whiskey, clear direct destination at this time. Clear direct destination, 0
So
Mike
if you're gonna, if there's no clouds for you, then you can go up to 4,500.
Actually, I'm going to go back down to
or
4,500.
6,500 or whatever.
Let's do that. So it says 1 hour 55 minutes. Where did the clouds come from? What the heck?
As you can hear, guys, we are streaming with some of the guys from Discord
Literally.
that are flying from.
Maybe at first it had the wrong weather. I don't even think I can fly it.
From VATSAR. I'll just slow it up a little bit.
I'm like at 3,000.
But
Yeah, that looks like about right.
let's go down to 4,500. Stay at 4,500.
So do you just
We'll
keep
set
your
here
landing lights
and
everything on,
ensure
like for the whole flight?
that I am.
Yeah, I mean, you can probably turn your taxi lights on if you still off if you still have your taxi lights on, but I think you don't have to have your landing lights on, but the FAA recommends you have them on if you're within.
Number 509, if you're still on this frequency, sorry, Omaha approach on 120.1.
Nice.
Roger, thank you.
I don't have all the good scenery on here yet, but
I'm barely like touching them, so could
not
I
too bad.
like 2,500?
Yeah, probably. Fine.
Oh, yeah, so that's allowed, right?
Yeah, I mean, the obstacle clearance altitudes, what are they? Like 500 over sparse areas.
Okay, we're going to be level. We're almost.
Dragon 1, verify your
Caution.
Victor 159 northbound to Sioux City.
Okay.
Dragon 1, apologize.
How come David's
Pilot
flying so
deviation.
high?
Dragon 1, turn right, direct Sioux City VOR.
I went to 4,500.
And there's no clouds there?
No, I'm free and I'm using real weather too.
So
no clouds below me, no, and clouds above me.
Center, Baron 410 Hotel Alpha is 40 miles west of the Waterloo VOR. Request flight following into Waterloo.
Remember, 0 Hotel Alpha, call Chicago Center 134.87 with that request.
13487 for 0 Hotel Alpha.
All right, so we're good. We're at 118 miles.
PM. Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, there's the weather change from
The lower RPM, less fuel burn. Higher RPM, more fuel burn.
Well, who cares about fuel?
And use higher
SUX. This is where the Tuesday event is. Let me see.
Dragon 1 requesting vector.
METAR KSUX, I believe. All right, here we are.
Dragon 1, roger, fly heading 355 direct.
Zulu Auto 130 at 9.
355,
Overcast at 4900. 29er 242970. Altimeter, we'll check that when we get closer, but at least we know 130 is the wind.
How far is he? I could try catching him up.
And they do have a 13, but just depending on what they're going.
Oh, wow. I'm 123.
And since we're doing VFR, did you finally make it out of the airport or not?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I was right behind you, and then I lost you.
Dragon 1, say heading.
I'm at
I had a cloud pop.
140. I'm at 161 across the ground. I was trying to stay slow so you can catch up.
Direct to City VOR when able.
Where do you see that?
Copy,
Oh,
10 degrees
127.
to the left and
Ground
2 cities
speed.
when
What are you
85
flying?
point alpha.
I'm flying at 4500.
So you can't go direct to
I'm
VOR
at,
with Flying Alpha airplane?
When are you flying?
Affirmative, we
Say it
can,
again?
but it's not picking it up. Roger.
type aircraft.
Oh, I'm in a Bonanza.
Oh, that's why you're fast.
Hey, Josh, what are you flying?
Cessna 172 with a 180 horsepower engine, so it's slightly more powerful.
So-
what does this one have? How do I check that?
You an X-plane though now?
Yes.
You're probably at 160 horsepower or something like that.
Damn it.
Oh my god, I gotta show you guys this view.
Minneapolis Center at 1422 to send out a flight level 248 for, correction, 283 for 240.
At a 1422 Minneapolis Center, descend and maintain 16,016, Omaha altimeter 2970.
16,000 at 1422.
Dragon 1, descend a pilot's discretion.
Okay, here we go.
1,000, 11,000, Sioux City altimeter 2970. 1,000.
So I know they have an event coming up in VAT USA is coming up with actually Jacksonville. Jacksonville and Atlanta.
And he's flying it well, man.
Let me see if I can look it up here real quick.
Don't you know he's flying with the mouse and the keyboard?
Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous. If I had seen him do it, he showed me a whole demonstration of him doing it. I'm like, oh,
So
I already
this
know
is today's event.
flying with a mouse and keyboard. I
Actually, I could have just left it like that. This is today's event, and this is where I gather all my information from, of course. And that's going to be a nice one on July 4th. And the upcoming events are. This is going to be a good one. I know a lot of people are going to be out of town on July 4th, but this one's going to be a good one. The Southern Sweet Tea Party Crossfire. This one's going to be hosted by Jacksonville Center.
25.
Love those guys over there. But it's going to be departing out of Atlanta, and then going from Hartsfield, Georgia, to Orlando International. So it's going to be ZTL and ZGAX July 5th at 7 o'clock to 11 o'clock Eastern. So it's 2300 to 0300 So it's a crossfire. I guess you can either leave from Orlando and go to Orlando. That's going to be a good event for those who want to fly on July 5th. It's a Sunday. Sim, this is the one I was talking to you about, Sim Caesar, if you're still on the channel or not. But this is the one I was telling you that if you're going to do Sunday,
Instruction was turn 10 degrees left, direct Sioux City when able, turn left heading 345.
if you can.
Copy, you're heading left 345.
But that's going to be a good one. I see. And then the next GA event is in New Hampshire, and I do have Fort Boy.
On the last flight.
Correction, not the radio.
I'm gonna get that.
I do have Fort Boy.
Nice. That's awesome, dude.
What is that?
That's supposed to be
In
really
the
good.
Minneapolis.
Oh, that's right. You do, Sim Caesar. You do see.
Charlie, flight level 120.
You do stream in the after.
Seriously. It makes VFR flying a lot more fun.
That's true. I don't have the rudder pedals, Evan. 113411. I do not. I'm using a Thrustmaster joystick, and it works out really good. I have no problems. I can do the rudder. I can use it back and forth. It'll turn the airplane
Dragon 1 flighting 340.
back and forth on here, as you can see.
Dragon 1 contact Sioux City approach 124.
Side to side. It has everything that I need. But it works out really good for me.
Yeah, no, you totally can. Like, you should be able to, at least, if they, like, depending on the year that they took the data from.
If I can. Yeah, Sim, I forgot that you do stream in the afternoon, and that is a night event. I will not be back in town enough for me to fly that event, but I've actually been studying for my private, so
November 731, November Romeo, Minneapolis Center, maintain VFR, Spencer L.
I've been studying for my PPL, so I haven't been streaming that much. And then I've had some other personal things that's happened to me, so my mind has not been there in regarding to things. So,
Number 1, November Romeo, reset
but I have to
6313.
I have to keep focus. I'm just there for my check ride, so for my in real world check ride. So, Evan, I sit it right in front of my keyboard. I have a picture of it. I'll have to send it to you when I'll send it to you through Whisper. I sit it in front of my keyboard. I have two monitors, and it works out really good for me. And you can hear the guys still talking. I was waiting for Josh and Parth to catch up with me, but they're flying 172s today, so that's not going to happen. Let me see how far back they are. Just move it over here. See how far back, if we can pick up anything. Wait. Let's go back over here. No, they're too far back. I can't pick them up at 24. The rudder pedals, for what I use for X-Plane 11, I bought this joystick back when I had X-Plane 10. They do have connection for rudder pedals, but I haven't looked into it because I was waiting to see if I was going to get a different joystick and a different setup. But that's a good question. I'll have to check to see if I can put that on there. Here, give me a second here. Let's see. 293 Ornat. Direct. I still use Sky Vector. And then I use Navigator charts also if I was doing IFR. But I would use that also. Let me see if I see the one that I was telling you about for your computer.
and comes outside your computer
Um,
vents.
let me see the products.
I have a stupid AC in my house, and like, I mean, the place I live, not my house, but my apartment.
Right,
It's a rented place. So the way I have my desk, the AC is right on me, so I could never
joysticks.
sit at my desk and have the AC on.
Let's see if we can see it here. The one I have is none of these.
Yeah, hopefully January I'll move out of
Like
here,
I said, this is mine is an
this
old.
place, and then I'll start my
Let me
cockpit
see if
job.
it's in here.
Nice.
I like to see that. I don't fly Airbus.
Put the video panel first.
I've never flown an Airbus. All right, this is the one I have right here. I have this one right here, and then I just set it in front of me, and then I just put my keyboard's right so I can type. You can separate it. You can physically actually separate this and put it to the left and to the right. But I have it connected exactly the way it is, and then I have my pen and pad to the right, and I'm able to. And I guess this is the
Minneapolis Center, good day.
this is the rudder pedals that you
November
would
28
use.
or 6828 kilo with you. We're at
Um,
7,300 for 9,500.
Here, I'll put it in.
66 Charlie, Minneapolis Center 133.4.
Put it in there for you.
33.4.
If you want to look it up or anything and see what else it is. But I'm wondering in regarding to this. I mean, I fly the 730. I don't have that many hours. I'm mostly more GA.
Minneapolis
We
Center,
got
Cessna
traffic over
November
here real quick. Hold on a
6828
second.
kilo with you at 7,300
Okay,
for
another with you. All right, they're
9,500.
2,000.
6828 kilo, Minneapolis Center, maintain VFR, Spencer, altimeter 2978.
2978 and we'll maintain VFR.
I don't like that haze.
80 frames
I
a
wonder why.
second.
Let me just check my frames per minute. I'm at 60. 55, 60. That's not bad. So,
God, this was beta 12 that I'm running,
but anyway,
the 13 that
in
came
regarding
out.
to that,
It's working fine, so thank God for that.
that joystick, I believe this is the rudder pedal you were looking for, but I was talking about this Airbus. There's a lot of
45 uniform
there's a
Delta,
lot of
contact Chicago Center
there's a lot of
134,
people talking about this, but I don't fly it. I fly the 737 here and there,
Over Chicago.
and I'm finally mostly fly GA planes.
Earlier, David, but I just asked how the studying was going for you. I know you mentioned you were going to go back to studying after this flight, right?
Yeah. As soon as I'm done flying, I was just going through since I'm streaming live tonight. Someone was asking me about the joystick. One of the viewers were asking about the joystick that I use, but yeah, I need to finish my. I studied this afternoon for my PPL, and I'm just going through every section to try to ensure that I'm, whenever everything is set and go, I'm ready to go. I'm looking forward to get my my private, and I really am. It's been a long time.
Hey David, did your tests come through?
I don't get I don't get those until next week.
Oh, okay. So you're still gonna be able to do your private?
Yeah, I just one the place that I was flying out of bankrupt because of the COVID. So I had to find a different flight school now, and then but what I'm doing now I'm just going to continue to study. I have someone that I've been talking to. He's a real world pilot, and he's a CFI also. He flies jets. So I'm trying to maneuver and trying to get with him to see if he's able to do some CFI on the side. And he has a 172, so hopefully that will work out. But he's usually flying a lot. So until then, I'm going to continue studying, and then until then also, I'm taking care of my personal issues that I'm going on, and then move from there. So it's just a little setback, but it's okay.
How far along are you on the syllabus right now? Are you like almost like about 70% through, or is there
I'm
only a little bit more to go? Or
No, I read everything. I did my my mock check ride for slow flight, steep turns, stalls. I did all that, and then I'm just reading the book for the for the actual the oral exam part.
Hey David, did you fly Sims first or did you start flying first?
I started flying first in real world.
Oh man.
Yeah, and then I went into the sim. But you know what? I did a small little video the other day. When I say the other day, it probably was like a couple of weeks ago. Um, but I did one just out of Kissimmee, and I went up to do stalls. It is a total different ball game in regarding to it. In regarding to stalls and trying to do it because in real world you can feel the airplane. You can,
Number 0 Mike Whiskey, just on a pilot's discretion, maintain a 1
um,
1000
but it is a total different. But you know what?
You need 11.
You can still do the landings. You can still do the stalls. You can still do a deviation plus or minus 100. You try to stay above that.
For 7 Delta Romeo, Sioux City, altimeter 2970.
So you're saying
Two
it's like
niner
way
seven
different
zero
from
for 7 Delta
Sims?
Romeo. Sorry, he was calling me on the I think 2970 times 1 2970 times 2. I'm sorry. You can practice it. It's the best thing that you're going to get to. Wow, the weather just came in and knocked the plane around. That's one thing that's one thing I don't like it when you put real well weather. It updates and all of a sudden it knocks you out. Um, it's not the same, but you know what? It's the closest you're going to do it. And what you're trying to do is, and everyone that's listening too, is you're trying to practice and have muscle memory. Engine out. What are you going to do? Of course, I fly a Cessna, so you go through your procedures because you have to know all the procedures by heart. And then your emergency descents, and then wing fire, and you know um, steep turns, S turns. You got to do everything that by memory, and don't forget your clearing turns unless the DPE tells you otherwise. You do all your clearing turns for every for every everything that he
Number 0
said.
Mike Whiskey, do you want to keep descending?
So say if I were
No, I
to
just
learn
wanted to get down so I didn't
everything
forget.
you would do
We're
in a
okay
private
for now,
pilot
Mike.
training on a simulator within 40 hours?
Um, I think
Stay 28 kilo radar
I think you
contact.
said if you can learn everything. Well, we'll find out here because when VatStar does their private pilot in September 1st, that is the closest. I've seen the syllabus on it. That is the closest to
Yeah, it's
private
pretty.
pilot.
Were
It's
you
a,
planning on
Close.
staying at
Josh, you know
3000
what I'm
all the way to
talking
Sioux
about,
City?
right?
Yeah,
it
I've seen it.
Yeah, it is. Josh and I are on the training team, so it is intense. It's going to be an intense thing. So this is a good thing about it, and a lot of people talk about it and they don't understand the.
Remember 27 Papa Center?
November 27 Papa.
Were you planning on staying at 3000 all the way to Sioux City?
Looks like it because we have a cloud cover over us, so we can't go higher.
Number 27 Papa Roger. Just be advised as you get closer to about the Denison area, I may lose you on radar at that altitude.
Just stop it.
What would be the best altitude for you?
If you can make it up to 4,500 or whatnot VFR, that would probably work. It'd be able to keep
Wow,
you
look at
away,
the.
but, again, below 3,000, there's a
Guys,
chance
we
in
got
about
runway.
another 8 to 10 minutes I'll probably lose you in
Let's
radar.
runway 13 approaching.
Alright, we'll try climbing and see if there's clouds there, but we'll let you know. November 27 Papa.
Number 27 Papa Roger. Just be advised that you're 12 o'clock and 15 mile. The BE-33 is currently VFR 4,500, also going to Sioux City.
That's me.
Copy, we'll keep that in mind, November
Are you
27
guys
Papa.
on center?
Yeah, we're still on center. So,
Oh, okay. He told me frequency change though. What the heck?
well, I asked
Yeah,
for
not
flight
for
following.
you. He doesn't. Yeah, that's why.
Why? You say that again? I didn't.
I did flight following, so he's not going to drop me off.
Oh, I did flight following as well.
Yeah, you can ask him to pick you back up and say, Center, I pick up flight following from here to Sioux City, and see if he lets you. So
But anyway, never mind.
okay. So as Josh said, and everything is totally different. What I was trying to say is, I've heard VATSIM controllers and I've heard other pilots just get on there and just don't know what they're doing. And I know it's a learning progress, just like when we're actually flying and everything. But at the same time, the controllers expect us to know at least something. That's why we have these Tuesdays events. So if you're learning, you can type in your and correct me if I'm wrong, Josh, too. You can go into your flight plan and then just put, touch and go, student or learning, or so the controller knows, okay, he's not going to give you a hard time. Josh, do you still do ATC?
I did it a little bit, but I've been off for now because I enjoy the flying more. But yeah, I mean, you can definitely see those remarks if you put it in.
24-6.
So when September 1st goes, hey, Redneck 11 Live, how you doing, sir? Welcome. So when you're doing flights, like when September 1st comes out, and everyone that is flying has to go through the P0 first because that's going to go through all the VATSIM information of what not to do, not to log on into the the runways or in a Bravo airspace, all the do's and don'ts that you're not supposed to do, and then from there you can go to your P1. But for your P0, you'll be able to then, after you pass that test, then you'll be able to fly. And if you didn't want to continue through your P1, P2, P3, and P4, then that'll be up to you. But no one can ever say, well, I didn't know that, because you have to go through the P0 first before you'll be able to allow to fly in VATSIM. Now, there was a discussion brought up a while ago that if you're not rated now, and for the guys that
Center, November 27 Papa, we still have clock cover. Can we get higher, 6,500?
November 27 Papa, maintain VFR, altitude your discretion.
Copy, thank you, November 27 Papa.
so the guys that haven't been doing the ratings, like I have all my ratings now.
Yeah, guys, sorry, I'm gonna have to bail, but we'll catch you later. Thanks, David, for hosting this. We'll see ya.
Yeah,
See you guys.
take care, Josh.
See ya.
See ya.
So, David, what you're saying is the new
Yes, sir.
private pilot that comes out on whatever WATSIM is gonna be the closest thing you can get to the real rating.
Yeah, they're doing everything as much as possible to make it close for your like if you do your P1 rating, it's going to be as close as if you're actually getting your private pilot rating. So it should be a pretty good.
So that's like it should be stalls and everything that you practice.
Yeah, there are going to be some maneuvers in that P1 rating for VATSIM that VATSIM's requiring VATSTAR to do. That you have to do stalls, and I think there's some steep turns in there. On there, but listen, if you want to, you can stay at 4,500. I have a major haze in front of me, but I'm not going to climb back up because there's clouds above me. I think it's the real world weather. It brings it in and takes it out, so I'm going to just stay because on the METAR it told me that I was good at 4,500.
I'm actually climbing to 6,500.
So I didn't know Dave was a cop. Yeah, I was a cop for over 12 years. I'm just reading some stuff out, Parth. I was a cop for 12 years, and I did traffic enforcement, DUI, and everything else like that.
Oh, wow.
Redneck Love and Live. What if we are already certified? You know what? Sim Caesar, I believe, or was it Dan Flats? One of those two asked me that question, and I am going to get with the CFI and get back to all three of you guys in regarding to that because
Apple Center, good evening, Envoy 33.
I heard that if you don't have a rating right now, do you have a rating right now? Redneck Love and Live?
Roger, descend now to flight level 230, that your discretion maintains.
Sim Caesar, you guys have a rating for VATSIM? I have a rating. I did a P3, I believe. Okay, then you're good. I have a P4, so your P. Sim Caesar, you don't have a rating. Redneck Love and Live, you're good. You don't have to do anything. Your P3, which is if you have a P3, you will go back to
P1.
a P1, and then Jeff, have you heard anything in regarding to if they don't have a rating at all, they still have to go to the P0, correct?
If they don't have a rating, they will have to do the P0. No, if you have an account right now before September 1st, you will not need to do the P0.
Okay, perfect.
It's for people that join on September 1st or after. It will require that.
Okay, perfect. Sim Caesar, you hear that, Sim Caesar? You don't have to do it at all because you already have a VATSIM account right now, so you're good.
Are you streaming, David?
Yeah, I'm streaming live. There's people asking me questions and everything else like that.
Okay. Man, how many subscribers do you have?
I don't even know.
Let's
Yeah, this is going to be for new people. Redneck Love Live from September 1st on. If you don't have a VATSIM account right now,
Well,
but
yeah, Redneck Lovin', the new P0 mandatory is for just new people, but all of the ratings that are current will revert like Dave said. So P2 and P3 become the new P1, and if you have a P4 or a P5, you'll get a new P2 rating.
Yep.
But from there forward, everybody that wants to go through ratings will get the new P1 through P4.
Yep. And then Berman, you have a P1 rating working on your P2. Excellent. So that means you'll be getting with either Jeff or
Number 7 Delta Romeo, contact Sioux City, approach 124.6.
124.6 for 7 Delta Romeo. Have a good night. See ya.
Number 731 November Romeo, change to my frequency 127.
What, you're already on approach?
127.3, 1 November Romeo.
I guess I am. So
How far are you from there?
Helicopter number 25 Echo with you. Inbound to the.
Redneck Love and Life, if you want to send me your VATSIM ID, I'll look it up for you and tell you exactly where you're at later on.
127 point.
All right, I'm 46 miles away. I'm still doing good.
7 Delta Romeo, Sioux City approach, Sioux City altimeter 2970. I missed your request.
You're busy, sir. Level at 4,500, and I have the altimeter. Thank you, sir. So, yeah, if you get a chance later on, I'll look at it. Redneck Love and Life. Since Caesar, you're in good luck. You don't have to do any of the ratings.
Helicopter November
You're good.
25 Echo with you. Radio check.
25 Echo, Sioux City approach,
All right, let me look at the ATIS real quick. Let me just get the ATIS. Let me just prep myself. I like to prep before. All right, 130 at 9. Overcast at 4,900, which we're getting at 45, but I think this is because of X-Plane with this haze and everything else, because theirs is a 4,900, so I'm not doing too much in regarding to it. I like the way it is. All right, they're expecting, go back there, 29er, 24, 2970, and they're landing on the 13. NOTAMs are 1735 are closed, and we have hotel.
6 approach, are we able to land at the North GA ramp?
Okay.
Helicopter November 25 Echo.
25 Echo, that request will be made with tower.
David, you there?
Yeah, I'm just briefing. You want to brief?
Yeah, sure, but how far are you from the runway?
I'm still 41 miles out.
Why are you already on approach? Is it the range?
Yeah, I guess I'm in range. I'm on Sioux City approach.
Copy that. Thank you. We'll contact 118.7.
Yeah,
And it's really a
we could do the
TRACON.
briefing
You
here
have to
too.
50 miles away.
1092, 4,000,
Yeah.
5,000 runway heading.
Did you already land, Jeff?
65 out.
Right heading 130.
Sorry,
That'll be pressure vectors for traffic.
Say that again.
Did you already land, or are you flying your stuff?
No, I landed at Waterloo, and I did not. It's the first time I really flew the Baron, and I didn't like it. I didn't like the way I could. I don't like. I think there's an update I can get to make the autopilot work better, but it's
Okay,
too much.
let's.
It's too much stress, so I'm switching over to the Vision Jet to finish.
0.7. That's going to be the next one. The
So
tower,
I'm about.
and then the ground is
I'm
good.
just
We have
prepping to
information
take off
hotel
from Waterloo and
approach.
finish.
We're all set. We're still in the green.
Any of you guys
4,500
fly a
2970
Bonanza
times 1 times 2.
I just did the Baron.
Is it easier to learn
Right.
coming
I
from
could have put
Cessna?
my yaw damper on to see if it would stop that, but
Uh,
Or like, is
easier
there
learn-
anything different?
and then let's just check it
Well,
over
yeah, there's a
here.
lot different.
I am actually
'cause it's,
pretty happy
they're
that I was
constantly
able to do
props,
this
they're
too.
retractable
Sorry,
gear.
you hear
It's
the 310 heading?
we got cowl flaps.
See if it
We've
works,
got,
and it does work.
you know,
Yes,
Okay,
I'm
what
happy
are
with
collar
myself.
flaps? Like what's
a cowl flap. So basically, it's an engine
I do not have
flap.
donuts. I do not have fireworks
It's,
on mine.
running low speed, like on approach. Then you would,
I wish I had something
uh,
like that,
or
but that
even
takes time.
takeoff, low air speeds. You want them open.
But I have my METAR,
So when you
so
get to cruise, you normally want them
I'm very happy
closed
with that.
because they're,
And I have
more aerodynamic,
some other stuff on here.
Oh, okay.
And in real life, if you forget to open them, or if you're at cruise and you open them too fast,
Not too bad. I mean, I have the
you could actually
ortho
shock
here.
blow
This
the
is
engines.
this
Oh,
is actually
yeah, that makes sense.
X-plane,
So yeah, if you had a steady level Baron
But-
58, it would be, because they even say on those.
All right, we're 35 miles out. We already briefed. We already
You go
briefed.
slow down at the end of your
And,
flight. Approach, you really
landing a
you wanna
1-3.
reduce like 1 inch of manifold pressure a minute.
And we'll descend
Yeah, sure, we got the field now. Zero Mike Whiskey.
Man,
a little
that's
bit closer.
really
We'll get 20
complicated.
miles out.
That sounds complicated.
There's approaching Martin for Zero Mike Whiskey.
But they're usually faster, right? Like
Well, a twin prop, and especially twin turbo props are going to be a ton faster. I mean, the Baron cruises at like 160 without trying hard, and if you firewall it, it'll probably go buck 80 or buck,
Quick question. Are you going to be landing to the
180,
south, or you're going to land to the southeast?
and more like 180.
Just bring this down a
yeah,
little
I'm
bit.
looking, I'm
Just
looking
it's
for
getting
something that's
closer, so
faster
we're gonna
than
have a.
Cessna that I could do on like longer flights.
Airstar 192, climbing 18 flight level 230, contact Minneapolis Center 127.3. 230 and second the frequency fleet.
Fastest fixed-gear aircraft in production.
All right, there you go.
And
Just a
it
second
can
here.
have a Cessna, so it's a really
When we
fast-
get down to
it's
getting to our
really
final
easy
destination,
transition from a
we
Cessna
will
172 to
have a sterile
vehicle.
cockpit here.
Yeah, I mean,
I like this Bonanza. I have flown the Baron.
All of that, so
And even the Vision Jet.
I don't know. I
the
just
Vision Jet on
I like the
airplanes,
GA
that's
for
also-
the Baron. I like the
that lands like a
172s.
Cessna.
I do have a 182, but it makes a high pitched sound.
It lands like
It's
a
not my
what do you mean
my
by
headphones
land like
because
Cessna?
I changed them out.
Like, it just feels
And
the same,
when I
like,
switch to another plane
the flaps
to
that make
172, the
power
pitching
setting
sound goes away. So I might have to. I've also deleted the whole entire 182 from Coronado and redid it again. And then when you're just sitting on the ramp, it just makes a loud pitching sound in your ear. So you got to turn off everything, the engine noise and everything, so you can fly. The only reason why I don't even have the engine on here too much because I have so much
Difficult
going on.
decision to make. Like, I want something that's obviously study level.
So
Well, that's okay. So that's yeah. I mean, that's,
I have that, and then I did put some music in the background low.
I don't even know. I don't even think there's a steady level Vision
But-
Jet. But the Eclipse Victory Jet. I'm not the Eclipse. The Epic Victory Jet is a.
That's pretty good. I got that to work also. So I have
Instead of a split tail,
I've been studying the PHAC.
there's a steady level version.
It's a
of that.
new,
Well, I don't know
not
how
a
steady
new, but
level it
that's
is, but
just
it's certainly a
something in
K-Wear
regarding to it. So
high-end model.
Yeah, I'm looking for
and
something
it's,
that's like probably twin engine turboprop,
It's,
and that's faster than the Cessna. And study.
Sioux City approach, envoy 3351,
it's
13.5.
a nice handbook for those who are trying to finish their private pilot.
Wrong way to put it.
I use it a lot, and it's really good. So
2970 and visual approach for my 13, envoy 3351.
The altitude was porpoising on me, so I was wavering between 200 feet below and 200 feet above where I wanted to be.
I use that in the
Up and
blue
down.
book
Oh,
for my oral practice
Just
here
fun to
for.
trim it as hard as it could, up and down.
But I've been using the PHAC, the pilot handbook, and going through there and actually going through what you need. There's a lot of things you need to know. One of the mock on my mock oral, they were asking
I gotta get going here, get here.
the treatment for hypoxia
everyone else off?
and what happens to your middle ear and sinus problems And besides them, saying that you sometimes you have to use your
No,
um,
not you. He meant David. Or did you mean him?
I meant Randy.
what happened? I'm sorry.
Sioux City, you can cancel IFR for 0 Mike Whiskey.
I didn't hear you because I have the I was talking.
Yeah, that's okay. Continue talking.
Change approved. 0 Mike Whiskey.
What did Jeff say?
No, we were just asking. Well, I said you probably were muted us because we were being too distracting on your stream.
Oh no, I still had you up. I just had you down. I was going over the P hack for the training, and I don't even know they'll have this over when we start doing the P1. But they were going through the hypoxia. How do you have to go through hypoxia and stuff? And then when I went through my check ride.
Good evening, approach November 27, Papa 15 miles out of Stu.
I'm gonna mute you guys for a second so I can get out of here.
Yeah, you're getting closer. Well, anyway, I was going through, and you had to go through and tell them everything
Sorry, I did not hear the last transmission, November 27.
in regarding what type of issues you have within your ear. So that was something that I'm reading the P hack in regarding to, so I can there's some things that it's not in the blue book in regarding to it. So we're 20 miles out, and there's our lovely traffic over here.
Envoy 3351 to set up high level discretion, maintain 6,000.
Pilot's discretion down to 6,000,
Is there like a shortcut key to mute Discord?
I do. I go and right click on the speakers all the way to the right. I right click it. I go to open volume mixer, and I have you guys set it 2. But
Oh no, I mean, is there like a hotkey to mute sounds coming from Discord? Because sometimes the ATC is like so low that you can't hear if others are talking on Discord.
well, I use that also, and I raise my Discord. I go to Xpilot and raise it up so I can hear the traffic from ATC.
But like the previous controller I was on had a different.
All right, let me just go back over here.
Loud and clear, but then now that I'm on approach, it's kind of, what do I say? It's slower.
All right, let's just look at this here real quick. We're getting kind of close. And
Yeah,
around 15 miles.
I did it on the keybinds.
Now let's just get ready for approach here. Ensure that we have everything that we need, which I already briefed 35 miles out, so we're still doing good.
Hey Jeffrey, are you using the honeycomb yoke by any chance?
I think he muted himself out.
Oh, okay. What do you use, David?
I use the Thrustmaster.
Thrustmaster, you mean joystick?
Yeah, the Thrustmaster joystick.
Oh, okay.
7 Delta Romeo, Sioux City Airport, 12 o'clock, 8 miles.
Let's see if we have that. And 7 Delta Romeo. And 7 Delta Romeo have airport in sight.
7 Delta Romeo, roger, squawk maintain VFR radar service terminated, contact Sioux City Tower 118.7.
All right, Squawk and VFR and going to tower 118.7. Have a good night. See ya. All right, we're descending here.
So when he said that squawk VFR means 1200, right?
That is correct. And good evening, Susan Tower, Bonanza 7 Delta Romeo, 9.8 miles to the east, inbound with hotel. Full stop.
Bonanza 7 Delta Romeo, Sioux City Tower, good evening, India, just wind current. The Sioux City altimeter 2971, enter left downwind, runway 13.
Left downwind for 13, and I'll just verify the weather again for India.
What runway are we landing at?
2971, and we're landing on the 13.
13. Oh yeah, the winds are straight head on. That's good.
Six down, we're on the ground. Thanks for the ATC, sir. We're going to be disconnecting at this point.
Okay, here we go. We're going down, and we have everything set. Hotel. We are 7 miles.
You guys have landed, and I'm gonna be bailing out. Thanks for the flight, and I see you guys later.
All right, sir. Have a good night.
Yep, have a good night.
All right, we're 7 miles out. We're still good.
So David, we will enter right downwind. Is that correct?
No, he gave me left downwind because we're coming out from the east.
So then you would go across the center of the airport and then turn left downwind?
I'm going to cross over 35 and 17, but a little bit further out. Probably across the numbers of 17, and then make my left downwind.
Wait, I don't see another runway at Sioux City Airport. Am I looking at the wrong airport?
No, you have 13 and 31.
Yeah, I only see that. I don't see any other runway. On the chart on Skyvector is what I'm talking about. It's Kilo Sierra Uniform X-ray, right?
Sioux City Tower,
Sierra
Zone
Uniform.
9, about 5 miles south of the field, request VFR full stop landing.
Is Sierra Uniform X-ray, yes.
Well then,
Cessna 509 or Sioux City Tower, I'm sorry, are you requesting flight following, or are you requesting to come in and land at Sioux City?
We are landing to the city, to the Sioux
Say it
City
again because
airport,
the guy's covering you.
Cessna 509 Roger, India's currency, Sioux City altimeter 2971, enter right downwind, runway 13.
Yeah, it's
right downwind 13, 57.
shoot, I wanted to get down more to fit.
oh, the other one says under construction. I see it.
Yep. And then we're going to go here.
Hello, hello.
Hello, welcome, Chris. Hey, Chris. I was flying the Piper. I was not flying it, but I was going to fly that one. And
There you go.
it set itself on fire. Like, the engines are on. I was at like about 1000 RPM.
Huh.
And it was
Oh,
on
we're gonna
fire.
stay
I was
here.
like, what the hell?
1500.
I went back to Cessna.
The plane
Oh,
is
the
hot.
plane's mine. Take it off of autopilot.
Not on it. What's the nearest untowered airport you guys are around?
Bonanza 7 Delta Romeo, wind 130, runway 13, clear to land.
Clear to land, 13 for Bonanza 7 Delta Romeo.
Airport is.
This one looks like it. Kilo Mike Echo Yankee.
Okay, so we're on here. We're still looking good. We do have our own.
James Whiting Memorial Field.
That's showing as magenta, so that's untowered, right?
Yeah, there's no way there's anything here because there's nothing on the plane.
And there's. I said I was going to go across the numbers at 17.
And the Piper as well.
Bringing her down. Everything's still in the green. First notch of flaps.
It's the field elevation 1000 feet, so pattern
Wow,
altitude
this,
is gonna be 2000 feet.
All right, let's just do this.
509er traffic to follow.
like,
12
spawn on
o'clock,
the
3
runway or
miles,
something, boys?
1,500 to
Yeah, I haven't
Bonanza
spawned
and a left base for one
I'm
tree.
still loading.
You should spawn on
Traffic
the
in
runway and
5509,
take off
are
from
we
there, that's
following
really-
them for landing?
I don't have a
509.
choice because
509er,
that's
thank
pretty
you.
much where it
Maintain
drops
visual
you. Drops you in the
separation for
middle
that
of the
traffic.
field.
Your number 2, follow that traffic when 130 and runway
Nobody's drawn
13,
any
clear to
Let's
land.
make a turn here.
Yes, sir. Maintain VFR, number 2, clear to land 1113, 509.
Wow, I overshot it. Overshot it, but not too bad. And there's traffic right there.
I'm gonna have to refuel this thing before my next flight.
Still recovered. We're still good. Everything's still in the green.
So technically you could cross midfield, right? No problem.
Okay.
I am now
I did something wrong here.
loaded up.
I didn't do my gump check.
City Tower, as Piper 7534 Sierra 6 to the northwest off of Martin 2300 with India inbound.
Piper 7534 Sierra.
Beautiful landing.
Tower, continue straight in runway 13, report 3 west.
Roger.
Great
straight in
landing.
For runway 13, we'll report 3 miles for 34 Sierra. And we'll be close traffic for 34 Sierra.
Bonanza 7 Delta Romeo left, turn to Delta, traffic on a half-mile funnel, where you parking?
Delta Romeo, we're going to go to GA on the other side of Delta. If you give me a second, I'll make a left turn and just verify.
Delta 7 Delta Romeo, do not daddle on the runway, do not daddle, keep it moving. Delta, cross 17 into parking, have a good day.
Okay. 7 Delta Romeo, thank you. Have a good night.
7 Delta Romeo, just confirm, cross runway 17 on Delta.
Crossing 17 on Delta for 7 Delta Romeo. All right, guys.
Sierra, do me a favor, turn right, fly southbound. I'm going to have to circle you. I got an Embraer jet that's coming down behind you.
Sounds good. Flying southbound for 34 Sierra.
Sioux City Tower, good evening. Envoy 3351 visual, runway 13.
Envoy 3351, Sioux City
We're going
Tower,
to Delta.
traffic Street,
Like butter, huh, Rennick Live?
2400, turning southbound.
Like butter.
Please get
I don't have the
130 at 9 runway 13, good land.
Oh man.
Clear the traffic in
that's
sight,
crazy.
runway 13, clear to land, envoy 3351.
Just got thrown
Envoy
around.
3351, thank you. Maintain visual separation from that traffic.
Visual
And he told me to
separation, envoy
cross.
3351.
And we're on their side. I need to get the landing rate. You know what? I have to see if what I got on the landing rate here. Let me just go over here where this Falcon is. Where's it a Falcon? Let me see.
Cessna 509, turn left at the end, and where are you parking?
We're parking in the North GA ramp, please, 509.
509, thank you. Do not stop on the runway traffic on a 3-mile final. Left turn, taxi Alpha and Charlie into parking. Have a good day.
Alpha Charlie, 509 to parking.
Let's see if I.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Piper 340, you can make a right turn and enter the right down, correction, right base, runway 13.
Alright, right turn and we'll enter right base runway 13.
Let me see for some reason if I can see the landing rate, if it did work or not. I've been trying to see if it would work.
And you're in
No, it
17P?
did not work. I have to figure that out, how to do that. But that was a good landing. Great landing.
Well, you are directly in front of me.
Oh, you
So,
want to take off?
once again,
So I look behind you.
I'm going to
or
try to do another stream with the other GA. I won't be in.
Are you in a
Piper
faster
340,
It's been a while,
Sierra,
of
that
course,
Embraer
because
is
I've
on
been
the
studying
final
everything.
final
But
turbulence number
try to do the
2,
next
runway
GA
13.
event.
Let me see, I don't see anything behind me.
Clear to land,
But I'm glad I was able to come back out and
I'm
fly the Bonanza.
to,
And
My apologies, runway 13, clear for the option.
my heading.
miss flying with a group.
Alright, clear for the option 34 Sierra.
Did you pick up, or are you just VFR?
go
VFR.
through here.
Nah, I'm just VFR.
We're
So you
stopped.
don't need to talk to ADC.
Beacon light is off.
Nope, I'm not in anyone's
And
airspace at the
as
moment, so
always,
that should be fine.
passenger door.
Approach.
We're out of here. Looks like the
For
rest of the
what
guys
day
are
of the
going
week?
home. But I want to thank everyone for joining me tonight. I really do appreciate it.
No, Kilo Sierra
It was
will
a
be on this way.
great flight, great event.
Going there.
And like always,
Is somebody actually there?
keep on flying and enjoy
I
what you
think,
do.
Abbas landed
Everyone
and
have a great night. I really do appreciate everything.
he's